Start recording. Camera chooser. Back. Stop recording. Button. Hi everybody, it's been a long time since I've made a video. As always, all described, I'm just sitting in a rocking chair in sweatpants, in jogging pants, and his long sleeve shirt. So I thought I would share my experience on on my nasal surgery I recently got. So what happened is back in October, because there's other people who have gone through it. It might not get a lot of views, but there's other people who have gone through it. I know. So what happened is late October, early November, I started having the left side of my nose would not just started being it just kept getting clogged up. The right side was usually pretty good. The left side just it wouldn't unclog. I would take my Flonase every day and Claritin. I don't want to be addicted to Claritin and stuff like that. Um, so, what happened is I eventually, when we ran out of Flonase, and when we ran out of Flonase once, I started just taking nose drops, thinking, oh, maybe that'll help. But I was told by my sister that nose drops can get addicting, and your body can be addicted to them. So I said, okay, no, and I went to see an ENT, and then we found out that I had polyps in the left side of my nose, which can block a nose. So I was on a steroid for a while and amoxicillin for about 5 weeks. And there wasn't really too much improvement. There was a tiny bit here and there, but not a lot. And so we went back to the ENT in January, and they did a biopsy, which really hurts really bad. I mean, they put this numbing stuff up your nose, but it doesn't work at all. It just, in my experience, it doesn't even work. It just, yeah. So they took a biopsy, and then it came back that it was inverted papilloma. So the ENT wasn't really sure whether it was going to be polyps or inverted papilloma when when I first saw him back in November. And it turns out it was inverted papilloma. So what I had to do is I had to have surgery, which I had on February 10th, which is about a week and a half ago from when I'm uploading this. And I don't have any issues with surgeries. I'm fine. I was like one of the first too. So you know how when you're on anesthesia, you don't have to you don't have to have you can't have any food for after midnight. Well, I was lucky, so I had my surgery was 7:15, so I didn't have to fast for too long. Anesthesiologist was so funny. He said all kinds of jokes. I'll share one he said, what do you ever heard of the bear that had no teeth? Yeah, he was a gummy bear. Get it? He was hilarious. So, anyway, which was really cool. So anyway, I do the surgery. You know, they have to put stuff in this nasal spray in my nose and everything, and get into the surgery clothes and everything like that. So here's the thing, though. I wake up from it because after you're out the anesthesia in the recovery room, they wake you up. They don't let you stay there too long. You know that anyone who's been through surgery knows how that goes. But so what happened is then I started getting this my left side of my nose was very clear right away when I woke up, a lot more clear, but the left side of my eye was hurting. And I never shared this, but I had an eye surgery back in 2019 because I had pressure in my eyes. We thought about a year ago it started. We thought I might have rubiosis, but the pain got so bad in 2019 that I actually had to have ichthyosis on my left eye because the pain was that bad in that eye. So that's another time I can talk about that. But so what happened is my left eye was actually hurting a lot, so they gave me some pain medicine to try and it did. And so I went home. I have to take saline. I had to take it 6 to 8 times a day. Now, as of my appointment 2 days ago, I only have to take it 4 times a day, which is kind of nice. It's not that it doesn't hurt or anything. It doesn't taste too well, that's for sure. Because once it goes down your nose, sometimes it gets in your throat. And then I noticed after my surgery, I had a little bit of a sore throat because they were up there. You know what I mean? So the ear, nose, and throat, they're all connected together. So they were Restation tubes, I think is what it's called. So I had to have some ginger ale, but I really didn't have a lot of pain in the left side of my nose really for a long time. I mean, I know someone who's had a deviated septum and they had to have gauze in there and everything, and this was much different. But I don't know, maybe someone who watches this video had a different experience or a similar experience. But my experience, I did not have a lot of pain. So I just, it was just normal, pretty normal for the most part, but you have to keep up with that saline solution as much as they tell you, otherwise it will affect you. And so they couldn't, they said I wasn't allowed to blow my nose for 2 weeks, which is a pain in the butt. But I went to the doctor 2 days ago and he said, okay, you can do it now just lightly for 1 week, then after that. But he said he always tells people 2 weeks in case he doesn't see him for a week and a half or something like that. Which I understand, but so when you use the saline solution, I still used it in both sides of my nose, even though the left side is the only one. The left side, they ended up putting this packing up there. And so, to keep it moist and to try and instead of having gauze in my nose. And the saline solution is supposed to keep it moist, which it does. And usually, since I wasn't able to blow my nose, it usually was able to clear it up and keep, so I wasn't able to have too many issues. Otherwise, I'd just have to try and take a Kleenex and get what I can out to try and not blow. But, and some of that stuff would dissolve and come out on its own on the left side. But so I had and then I was on some medicine. I just finished it this morning. It was an antibiotic. And then I was also given Nerico in case I had pain. But again, I didn't have nose pain. But again, 3 and 4 days after the surgery, that left eye started hurting again. So I had to take some. And we think it was just because they were up in that area. And after that, I haven't had to take it ever since Sunday. Because remember, the left eye is what I had surgery on in 2019. So now I had my follow-up appointment this past Thursday, 2 days ago, and everything is looking good, and I can breathe even better after he took out some of the packing from the left. He had this suction thing, and again, little sore throat afterwards because they were all up in there. He said it would dissolve by itself in like 2 weeks if it wouldn't have been taken out at all, period. I mean, there's probably still some that's still up there. But I did not, I might have rather had it dissolve than get it taken out because they had that suction thing up your nose again. And like I said, that numbing thing on your nose, numbing spray they put up your nose, for me, it didn't do crap. Maybe for about 10 seconds it numbed it, and that's about it. So it was kind of painful, not like unbearable painful, but I was resisting. So it was not fun, but it worked. It helped in the long run. And I go for a follow-up appointment in about a month, and possibly I will make a video on how that. But so far my recovery is good. I can finally breathe out of both sides of my nose like I want to, and I have the results that I want to. So things are working out in the long run. I'll keep taking the saline for probably about a month, I'm guessing. I guess you can buy it at the store. I went through one whole bottle in about a week because they gave me two. This one probably maybe I'll go through a week and a half, so I'll have to take it 4 times a day. There is a recipe for it though too. I think we have. I don't know if we have it, but I heard you can buy the saline over the counter, so that's good. But I take eye drops 3 times a day on my right eye, so it's not a big deal to do the saline 4 times a day. But if you don't keep up with it, it'll come back to bite you in the butt, and the nose will start getting dry and clogged up. It'll start getting clogged up, and you won't be able to breathe out it. So you got to keep up with it. That's for darn sure. So that's just my experience with papilloma and the surgery and recovery. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Camera chooser. Back. Stop recording. Button.